Foreigners visiting Russia often notice peculiarities in our mentality and habits that seem completely natural to us but can surprise or even irritate them, making their eyes twitch. Here are some quirks of the mysterious Russian soul that I observed while traveling around the world, where contrasts become most apparent. Eating every last crumb. We tend to be wasteful in many ways, failing to cherish time, possessions, or even our own health. However, a habit inherited from past generations, eating everything on the plate, still lingers. Leaving food uneaten at someone's home is considered rude, as if offending the hosts. At home, throwing away food is simply unacceptable. We're not talking about nouveau riche behind high fences. They have their own customs. This applies to ordinary people like us. Visitors from well-fed Western countries wouldn't understand this mindset. The ritual of handshakes. Our obsession with shaking hands among acquaintances often baffles foreigners. For Russian men, handshakes are normal and almost ceremonial. In contrast, in the West, such gestures are reserved for business meetings, and even then, not everywhere. Meanwhile, in places like Japan, there's no tradition of touching hands at all. It's simply unheard of. They keep their hands to themselves. Bringing home comforts everywhere. A familiar sight. As soon as a train departs, Russians spread out homemade meals on tables and dive into heartfelt conversations. But first, they change into slippers, bathrobes, tracksuits, or other comfy clothes. Why not? It's convenient and feels just like being at home. Foreigners either stay dressed casually from the start or travel in whatever they wore outside. Our people can't imagine boarding a plane or train in something plain. It must be done in full style. We're all a bit handy. Tourists and expats from Russia are sometimes shocked by how helpless Westerners seem when it comes to fixing things around the house. A burnt-out bulb? Call a specialist. A broken window? Panic sets in. They wouldn't think to temporarily cover it with plywood to stop drafts. Meanwhile, visitors here are astonished to find drills, power tools called percussive hammers, and more lying around. Some Russians don't just own brushes, paints, drills, spatulas, and minor repair supplies. They also have entire sets of locksmith and carpentry tools. And no, not to moonlight as handiworkers or hourly husbands, though that happens too. Most often, these tools are for personal use because we distrust service providers. They'll mess everything up, or find their services too expensive. So we become our own masters. What we plan, we build ourselves. Balconies, garages, and dacha storage spaces. On balconies and garages and sheds at dachas, you might stumble upon items left over from great-grandmothers. These are antiques, after all. We'll sell them someday and make a fortune. Just no time right now. Other things passed down from mom or our wild youth will wait patiently until we fix, restitch, or refashion them for future generations. Spoiler alert, that time rarely comes. Grandchildren may toss everything into bins, or perhaps inherit our genes, and the cycle will repeat. Dacha is our everything. In Germany, most dachas are rented since land is extremely pricey. Plus, their size is regulated, no larger than 400 square meters. Rejoice, Russians! By the way, those plots only allow one-story cottages. Taller structures are banned, and overnight stays aren't permitted. Poor Germans! No sleeping at the dacha. And they lecture us about democracy. Compare that to our reality. A dacha is a proper house where families move for half a year, bringing along grandchildren, flowers, TVs, and computers. It's an integral part of our lives worthy of poetry. Sure, some Westerners own fancy cottages too, but nothing compares to the warmth and soul of our beloved dachas. Again, they wouldn't understand. Wasteful heating practices. Centralized heating is second nature to us. In the West, this is seen as gross extravagance. Open windows during winter? Unthinkable. Over there, each household has its own heating system, usually gas boilers, and people economize relentlessly. I once read that thousands of Britons freeze to death every winter in their own apartments. Not on the streets, mind you, but because they scrimp so much that their bodies give out. To conclude, we often fail to appreciate what we have and undervalue ourselves. Look at your life through the eyes of foreign visitors. Celebrate it. Take pride in yourself and your country.